Ryan Garcia is extremely confident in his power. Ryan Garcia's team suggests that on that fight night, April 20th, when Devin Haney gets a taste of that power, he will run. That's the latest from Team Garcia, growing in confidence as we gear up for this upcoming April fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video. I will reveal an exclusive. I posted something, and Ryan Garcia's own father responded to it. And spoiler alert, he says Devin Haney will run. So you won't be able to find this anywhere as it pertains to one of my posts. So no one else really knows about it. But I was notified about it because it was what he said specifically under one of my posts on social media. So again, stick around to the end of this video for that exclusive response. Ryan Garcia's dad says Devin Haney, when he feels that power, he will run, but I'll read it verbatim so you guys can see. Also, I've noticed that Team Garcia in general, including Ryan Garcia, they sound very confident as we get closer to the fight. Now, Ryan Garcia has had a lot of different things going on. He's been in the news cycle for various things, some good, some not so good. And it's caused concern. But one thing I'm noticing, and I try to look at everything and I'm objective, Ryan Garcia, he believes in his power a lot. And this could be, I'm not backing it, or I'm just telling you what I'm observing, right? Because sometimes I got to make these things clear when I do these videos, because some people think that I'm picking a side when I'm reporting what's being said or making observations. Doesn't work like that. So from what I've seen, Ryan Garcia seems to believe in his power. Now, my personal taste, I believe in Sun Tzu, 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, and I'm a strategist. I'm a planner. What can I say? So I don't believe, from the teachings that I know, that you should underestimate your opponent. And I can't say that Ryan Garcia is underestimating Devin Haney because he shared the ring with him 6 times in the past. He won 3, Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney won 3. Now, I'd be remiss if I did not add this. That was when you guys were kids, when you guys were teenagers. So it could teeter on the edge of the lines are kind of blurred on underestimating him, because you can't say it's like fully underestimating somebody because you've actually had the experience and been in the ring with them multiple times. However, people improve, people get better, people change, people excel. Devin Haney has become undisputed since that point. He's made millions since that point. His mindset, you develop little things and own your skills or your craft. Guys stop puberty around 21 to 25 years old, 25 years of age or so. And, you might be able to come into your man strength a little bit more and things like that. So Ryan does have experience, extensive experience with Devin Haney. But from what I'm seeing, he does not believe in Devin Haney's power. He does not subscribe to the belief that Devin Haney really has power to hurt him or anything, which, again, it could be bad if you're underestimating and you're just thinking like, a guy can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. I remember seeing Jorge Masvidal on, I want to say, Joe Rogan's podcast. He fought Usman and he said, this guy hits like a princess. He hits like a bee. There's no way in the rematch he thought he could get hurt. And it was one of the most violent knockouts of the UFC that particular year. So I definitely don't condone underestimating your foe. But again, Ryan does have experience, and stay tuned to the end of this video so you can hear exactly what Henry Garcia, the father and trainer, the man that pretty much got Ryan Garcia into boxing, what he had to say about the power. But first, I want you to hear what Ryan Garcia said about this upcoming Devin Haney fight subscribe to my channel. So let's get set up. Subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, roll the clip.
Had to make a prediction for the upcoming fight. What would that prediction be? How many rounds would it take?
However many rounds I want it to take. That's how much in shape I'm going to be, and that's how much control I'm going to be in the fight.
Wow, he said, what's your prediction for the fight? He said, however it goes, as long as I want it to go on. This is Ryan Garcia responding, for the record, in a recent Spaces. He said, the fight is going to last as long as I want it to last. I'm going to be in that much shape and in that much control in this fight.
If you had to make a prediction for the upcoming fight, what would that prediction be? How many rounds would it take?
However many rounds I want it to take. That's how much in shape I'm going to be, and that's how much control I'm going to be in the fight. So whatever I want to do is going to happen. And also, I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to let God's will be done, not mine. But I'm saying from my perspective, I know for a fact I'm going to be in so much control of the fight. I will be able to decide when this fight ends and when it doesn't.
I like the confidence, man. Appreciate you, Ryan.
Dude, how much better is your right hand from when you first?
And pay attention to this, because I thought this was a solid question. How much better is your right hand? Because when people are talking about Ryan Garcia, a lot of times they're talking about the left hook. And I think what Ryan said was interesting as we lead up to the Devin Haney fight.
It doesn't.
I like the confidence, man. Appreciate you, Ryan.
Dude, how much better is your right hand from when you first turned pro till now? Like, what you do? What did you mindfully work on it, or talk to me about that?
Little do people not know, if you look at my early career, all my knockouts were with my right hand. I mean, a lot of my knockouts, of course, came from my left hook still from that time, but I knocked out a lot of people with my right. My right then got injured, and then I had to chill off it for like 3-4 years, but I was still knocking everybody out with the left. And then when I took a break and got my surgery, my hand still had not healed, but I stepped into the ring, and then I fought 2 more fights, and now my hand has finally actually healed. So now my right hand is nasty. As you seen in the Duarte fight, I was hitting him with some hellacious right hands.
For sure.
Watch the fight. I was hitting him with some. I knocked his tooth out with my right hand.
Oh, you see? Boom. You never know. I told you to pay attention and watch this space. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Subscribe. He says, if you pay attention in the Oscar Duarte fight, I knocked out the man's tooth. He was toothless after dealing with me because he was getting hit with malicious and hellacious shots. Let's run it back.
Actually healed. So now my right hand is nasty. As you seen in the Duarte fight, I was hitting him with some hellacious right hands.
For sure.
Watch the fight. I was hitting him with some. I knocked his tooth out with my right hand. You can see a video. I hit him so hard with the right hand, his tooth came out. So I got both of my hands now. Finally, they're back.
Nah, that's major, bro. You can see it. You could definitely see it. That's why I asked. I didn't know if you was doing anything, but it's good to see that.
Wow. So Ryan Garcia, full of confidence and believes in himself and believes in his power. Now, as far as Ryan Garcia and the hand problems, most punchers actually, if you know boxing, a lot of punchers have hand issues. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, Deontay Wilder, one of the craziest right hands in boxing history. He has frequently had hand issues. When you're hitting that hard and you're punching like solid flesh, skin, skull, skeletal system, that could be damaging on your hands. Your punch is like almost like real primitive if you think about it. You're just punching matter, just bop, bop, bop. And you're putting torque into the punches. So that's nothing new that punchers have hand issues. But in regards to Ryan Garcia specifically, I wasn't aware of him knocking out Oscar Duarte's teeth or tooth. I heard for the Maidana fight with Floyd Mayweather, the rematch, it was said, there was a rumor at least, that Floyd had a fake tooth that popped out or something when Maidana clipped him in, I want to say, the second round. But I wasn't aware of anything with Duarte where he got his tooth ejected from a Ryan Garcia shot. We do know the left hook had him stumbly and drunk, in the ring. I've seen that. I mean, you can see with your own two eyes. The other issue is B, or the second point is I didn't know Ryan had the hand issues and surgery and stuff. So he's saying he's going into his fight two-handed. So I hope Ryan can back up what he's saying. He's making it, when he talks like this, not about time travel and some of these other stuff and antics that have nothing to do with boxing. When he's talking about boxing, that's the type of stuff, to me, as a boxing connoisseur, that's the type of stuff that will help to sell the fight and make people interested in the outcome. Because most people that I've seen do not believe that Ryan Garcia is more skilled than Devin Haney. I don't really know anyone of any type of stature or prominence in boxing who just went out and said that Ryan Garcia is a more skillful fighter. We know he's no longer undefeated because he lost to Tank Davis last year. So Devin got that up on him. Size-wise, pretty comparable. I think Ryan is a hair taller. Reach, pretty comparable. I looked at the measurements and stuff like that. So the real selling point is Ryan unpredictability, speed, power, and, kind of his size, and making it a rougher fight, making it a fight where you clip Devin Haney. That's what would make the fight interesting, because styles make fights. That's what people want to see. So when Ryan Garcia's team and himself, when they're talking about these things, I think that's what gives it a better chance and makes people intrigued by it at least. Will it happen? I mean, we'll have to find that out on April 20th, but at least it gets people interested, because, I mean, I think it's a good point. I think Wilder's in the same boat as Ryan Garcia. A lot of people only talk about his right hand. I've seen Wilder hurt people with his left hand, but people act like he's a one-handed puncher. And same thing with Ryan Garcia. He's saying earlier in his career, he was decking guys not only with the left hook, but also with the right hand. And I have to look at some of his earlier fights to confirm that. But, I mean, he's the fighter. He should know how he knocked out some of his past work. Now, I did say earlier in this video to stay tuned to the end of this video that time is here. I said if you stick around, I'll show you an exclusive response on a Boxing Ego social media post where I posted about Ryan Garcia. First, I'm going to tell you what I said, and then we'll get into what Henry Garcia says in response. So I posted a clip of Ryan Garcia training, and it says Ryan Garcia is showing blazing, blistering speed and power. New video with a snarky caption. He says, "I'm crazy, remember." My caption, very simple, says, question, with all the bizarre, erratic behavior recently from Ryan Garcia, would this be considered the greatest troll in sports history if Ryan Garcia wins on April 20th? What are your thoughts? Somebody that left their thoughts on the post was Ryan's dad. Here's what he had to say. Coach Henry, not if he wins, when he wins. So he's saying, because my quote was a question, so I said if he wins. Henry Garcia says not if he wins, but when he wins, Devin is going to be running when he feels Ryan Garcia's power. Mark my words. You can't keep a title if you run and are losing the rounds. Wow. So I want to say the Garcia's talking like this, they sound pretty confident. He's saying that Devin, once he gets a taste of that Ryan Garcia power, he's going to be running. And interesting, because Devin Haney so far in his career, he hasn't ran. Like he was in front of George Kambosos, Regis Prograis, he was in front of him. So he hasn't had the quote unquote running type of performance that some people complain about. Like, of course, Shakur Stevenson in his last fight against Edwin De Los Santos, people said he ran. But people aren't really saying that with Devin Haney. They're saying he takes more chances, takes more risks. Same thing with Lomachenko. He didn't really run versus Lomachenko. So with Henry saying this, it's going to be interesting to see if Ryan has that type of power where Devin Haney shows that, hey, I got to stay away from this guy's power. Kind of like the Shakur fight with Edwin De Los Santos. Now I'm kind of interested to see if that even plays out. But here's the other thing with power. Here's one easy way. I'm not gonna say easy like in terms of execution, but the way to deal with power is to not get hit with it. Like if you hear any like astute, keen boxer, they're gonna say like, I don't want to test out if the person has like menacing power, then I'm not trying to get hit with nothing silly. I don't want to get hit with no freak shots, some home run craziness. So a great boxer is gonna just be mindful and use their timing, their distance, their jab, and not get hit with anything silly. But again, the thing that makes this interesting is the mere fact that Ryan Garcia is explosive with his power. He truly can be losing a fight and turn it around. I mean, I think that's one of the dynamics that made it interesting in the Tank Davis fight. Tank is smaller than Ryan, clearly, and it was not really if he was more skilled than Tank, because I don't think anyone believed that. It's if he could catch Tank on the chin, how would Tank react? Luckily, Tank was, on his P's and Q's, mindful on defense and offense, and that didn't happen. So this is intriguing. Now, in closing, the ego final thoughts. What I will say to you all is this. Ryan Garcia's bizarre and erratic at times behavior has put him in a good position. Here's why. Because now all this like playing around promotion or standing up for different issues, all this, I'm going to call it distracted behavior. It kind of put him in a win-win situation. Like if you lose, then we already know what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, Ryan Garcia was not mentally well. He was unfocused. This was the unfocused Ryan Garcia. It's so easy. It's like a movie and you could predict the ending and you're only 10, 15 minutes into the movie. So if he were to lose, that's an easy, almost scapegoat that will be utilized. But if he wins, now it looks like the crazy man did all this stuff and like pulled this crazy upset when people were saying he should be in Arkham Asylum. So Ryan, he really kind of put himself in a good position. Or if Devin wins, but it's controversial, like let's say Ward Kovalev won, where people are like, I don't know, or Charlo versus Castano won, where people were like, I don't know who really won, or Castano really beat him. If it's anything like that, then what Henry Garcia said on my post is going to come into play. People are going to be like, oh, he ran. I can already see it. So if it goes the distance, Ryan has put himself in a pretty nice position. If he loses bad and it gets stopped or something, then they're easily going to say, oh, Ryan was distracted and unfocused and drinking and all this type of stuff. If he wins by knockout, then now he looks like the Messiah and he looks like a prophet, and it's going to look crazy for his brand, because this is the man that was talking about aliens and he was talking about time travel and didn't look like he was focused and locked in, and then now he beats an undefeated fighter. So that goes without saying. Or the option C would be if he loses controversially and has his second loss, but people are on the fence like the Lomachenko Devin Haney fight, as long as he doesn't get knocked out, just like the Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight, then people are going to be like, oh, Devin ran. So this is really kind of a dangerous fight for both fighters for different reasons. Let me know what you think and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comment section.